The government assures maximum security in Malakal town. Hundreds of civilians returned to Bor after the army defeated rebel forces. And in Central Equatoria State, rehabilitation of Kaya roads begins. A very warm welcome to South Sudan Television. Wherever you have tuned in, we are coming to you live from Juba. And those are some of the main stories that we have for you. My name is Garang John. A delegation headed by the Speaker of the Council of State, Joseph Bol Chan, accompanied by members of the National Parliament, visited the displaced people in Upper Nile State capital Malakal. Addressing the displaced persons, Honorable Chan said the rebels have violated a deal on cessation of hostilities signed in Addis Ababa, while the leader of the minority in the National Parliament, Onyoti Adigo, described the situation of the displaced persons as appalling, calling on the government and humanitarian agencies to intervene in order to rescue the situation.
فانتوا احنا مبسوطين انه شايفينكم ثبات وواقفين وقويين رغم الظروف اللي انتوا فيه. انتوا ذاتكم يا رمز الثبات، وانتوا رمز المحبه، وانتوا رمز الايمان. فمعلش امسحوها في وشنا. لو في زول غلط علينا ده ما وقت نحن نشاكل، ده وقت نحن دايرين ننقذ التعبان، ننقذ الجرى، ننقذ الفقد بيته. ده فقد كبير. رساله بتاعتنا إنه الحكومة في جوبا شغالة شغل شديد، وفي اليومين الفاتت مضينا على اتفاقية وقف العدائيات. الاتفاقية دي دايرينها توقف ضرب النار. الكلام ده قونيا وبيعرفوا أكتر، لكن الزول الداير يضرب نار في قدام عين المجتمع العالمي كله هو يا بكون مسؤول من الموت وبكون مسؤول من القتل. فالحكومة بلعت ريقة وقالت معلش، رغم الكلام ده كله نحن حنوقع عشان النار يقيف، عشان المواطن يقدر يرجع لمحله. انتوا حتسألونا نحن حنرجع وين؟ نرجع وين والبيوت مكسرة والبيوت محروقة؟ نحن لفينا على المدينة وشفنا حاجة مؤسفة تقطع القلب، لكن معلش الكلام اللين يصرف الغضب، وربنا برجعنا على قرعنا وبتلقوا البيوت دي إن شاء الله بتبنوها تاني من جديد زي ما جريتوا في الفترة اللي فاتت. نحن دايرين نشجع إنه لو سمحتوا القبلية اللي بيستعملوها الناس البر اللي بيهاجمونا ديل دكتور رياك وناسه، نحن ما ناس غبلية. لو كنا ناس غبلية ما كنا حاربنا الخرطوم. ليه؟ لأنه كنا دايرين نلقى بلدنا وترابنا عشان ناكل من أرضنا. لكن يا خسارة في ناس ما عندها قلب، خربتها بسرعة لما فضحونا مع العالم. لكن معلش هم لما يجوا قال دايرين يمسكوا البلد دي هيلقوا فيها خراب، ما قلبهم هيوجعهم. فمعلش ربنا برجع لنا حق بتاعنا. إياكم والغبلية، إياكم والقبلية. انتوا شعب واحد، انتوا ناس واحدة، اتماسكوا. وفي وقت الظروف ياهو الناس بتماسكوا.
لنا جينا عشان نشوفكم ونقول لكم انتوا ناس عندكم ايمان، وكونوا شفناكم الليله في الكنيسه ما مشيتوا محل ثاني، ده بيت بلا ربنا، وده بوري انتوا ناس مؤمنين. الموت ده بيجي لاي زول، لكننا شغالين، وعشان كده وقف العدايات ده كلام بتاع وقف اطلاق النار ده عملوه مخصوص لاننا شاعرين بخراب وبموت، لكن هم لسه يعودوا بيضربوا نار، والناس بتاعنا بيعملوا دفاعات. لكن ان شاء الله الشغل ده بينتهي قريب ده، ومشاكلنا هنا الزول بيفقد اي حاجه، لانه زول زاد لما ربنا جابه في الدنيا ما جاء معه عفش. انا كوننا برانا هنا، فطالما نروح فيه الزول ممكن يكون العفش ده ثاني. فداير نشجعكم وداير نشكر الكنيسة للتماسك بتاعه وحماية بتاعه للمؤمنين بتاعه وقوات بتاعه مع المؤمنين بتاعهم ما خلوا كنيسة.
And first of all to thank our Guardian Forces, the SPLA, for the good work done by them when they liberated Malakal from the bandits and the destructive people. And we went around and saw everything. Now we are in the hospital, and in the hospital the situation is really very terrible. These things did not happen in the history of South Sudan during the previous war. Situation is really horrible. The hospital, a lot of wounded people with no care, no medicine, no food, no water, no power, nothing completely. And it is really very terrible. People are hiding in thousands, not less than 10,000 in this hospital now at the present moment. And really, the general who is responsible, who has already liberated, he doesn't know what to do. In fact, because we were going around with him, and we thank them very much for the good work which they did, and still they are with us. So it is really horrible. We'll be coming and then we'll appeal to international community and also with the government of South Sudan to immediately make relief to this hospital.
The governor of Upper Nile State, Simon Kurunpoch, visited the displaced population currently camping in the hospital, churches and school premises following the violence triggered by the rebel group of Riek Machar recently. More in the following reports.
The state governor of Upper Nile, Simon Kurunpoch, and members of his cabinet returned to the state capital Malakal from Melut after the gallant SPLA forces flushed out rebels from the town recently. It is to be noted that the rebels have caused a great devastation to both government offices, business places, and infrastructures in Malakal town.
شكل ناس ما شكلوا شديد لأنه قوة بتاعنا كانت ناس ديل ورينا انه الناس ديل ما عنده هدف ما عنده اي حاجه ناس جايين بس ينابوا ما عنده يعني ما حكومه ما دان خزتين ناس رياك لان ما ناس بتاع حكومه لانه الناس دي بنعرفوا شديد الناس بتاع لخبطه بيجي بلخبط بلد وبمشي بدون نفوسه في مال بتاع يال ناس بتاع النسوان بيجري فوقه وده الكو اللي عملوه الانقلاب اللي عملوه ده الانقلاب الفاشل ده فاشل لكن في عالم ما في انقلاب فشل الناس ماشي غابه انت زول انت عملت انقلاب انت بقعد تمشي لمحكمه عشان تقول عملت انقلاب بطريقه كذا كذا لكن الناس دي الرياق ده عملوا انقلاب وفات شرد خلي ناس تانيين ناس في السجون ده خلي ناس بتاعوا في السجون وشرد ما لو كان راجل ما كان يجي يمشي محاكمه مع ناس شرد هو وين وجاري اسد جاري دي مره معلومه ماشي هناك نفسه يجي يشاكل ناس ما يجي في ملكال ما يجي يشاكل ناس ده شفنا انه الناس ديل بيشاكلوا بدون هدف لناس ساكت بيزول كان جايين يسموا قدوت وقدوت ده يا جماعه انا ما بشوف ده زول ممكن يجي يشاكل ناس لانه ده زول فاشل. في ناصر كان في ناصر ب 8 سنه كمحافظ ما عمل ولا ادبكان بتاعه بغرفه ما عمل.
Upon arrival at Malakal, Governor Kun later acquainted himself with the living conditions of the internally displaced persons who took safety in hospitals, schools, and churches' premises. Governor Kun condemned the rebels for their damages inflicted in the town and urged the inhabitants of Malakal town to return to their respective homes as the security situation is now calm and stable.
وبقول يا قوة بتاعنا قوة بتاع جيش شعب قاعد في على النيل انه ده شغل ده شغل بتاعنا لازم ندافع بلدنا ندافع حكومة بتاعنا ندافع حركة بتاعنا يا SPLM عشان نوش شاكلنا برا لانه البلد يكون في سلام ومواطن يقعد في سلام. الناس الفات ده جارين ده ارجعوا arja fi balad taal fi balad be ita askari dak de jaro da amulu telefon na zeriyak da wa garwaz da mind muhaddab da arja wara dum la je shab intum police وسجون وانتو جارين ديل مع ناس ديل ما عنده فايدة بيمشي وين ما ماشيين اي مال بنفتشوا في اي مال وانتو ابجرا ارجع ورا تعال في بلد تقعد مع الجيش بتاعكم مع الناس بتاعكم وحكومة بتاعكم.
While the SPLA commander for operations in Upper Nile State, Lieutenant General Johnson, trusted the SPLA readiness to defend the state from rebels.
بنقول الليلة ده ملكال النظيف يعني فوز بتاعنا وصل بايليت فوز بتاعنا وصل في النقديار وفوز بتاعنا وصل في دولفيال ولسه اننا بننظم بره بنمشي مناطق اللي هم قاعدين فوق الحاجة ممكن واحد يقوله للجيش بتاعنا القشوم وكربوا راسهم بأجيال سياسية قبلية انه ما في زول عنده مشكلة مع زول اسمع انتم سميدوا من عافية العام من السيد رئيس الجمهورية انه انتم بلغ للوداد بتاعكم عافية العام ده لكل زول انت لو رجعت في وقت بتاعك مناسبة بكون أسلم من ما تأخر نفسك إنه يالك يكون مشردين ما بلغى تعليم ما بلغى علاجات سو يتحسن إنه تسمع العافية العام ده تجي للوطن برضو للشعب بتاعنا الجرى نظر لملوت ورنگ سو انت لو ما عندك حاجة خالص انت دايرك تمشي له مال تانا ارجع لبلد بتاعك ارجع لبيت بتاعك لو مجرمين لارك بيتك واساس سيفتي جتمنا ليك شلتر بينا بدري عشان يالك لمن مطر يجي يلقى عندك مال يالك بنوم فوق وما تستطيع تمشي بلد هانا شمال السودان ولا تمشي تقعد في مال من مناطق بتاعنا الجيران بتاعنا بتاع ولاية والداخل ولاية بسبب بتاع انه في مشكلة في ملكال مشكلة بيصل حتى لو دول ما بيته بياكل وما بيفوت من بيته سو انا بقول انتم ترجع الرسالة بتاعي خاص برضو للقوات بتاعنا بتاع سكتر 2 في المناطق هم قاعد فوق نقول لكم مبروك نقول برضو للقوات بتاعنا بتاع سكتر 3 اللي هو فرقة سادس المعنى هنا ده.
He said the army are capable of defending the territorial integrity of this country. Diakui Paul Machwe, SSTV News.
Following the 15 December failed coup attempt instigated by Riek Machar and his group across the country, the capital city of Upper Nile State, Malakal, was destroyed by rebels, leaving airport facilities damaged. Gore Anthony has more on the story.
Following the 15th December massive destruction of the failed coup attempt by rebel groups of Riek Machar in capital city of Upper Nile State, Malakal, that killed thousands of citizens and displaced others. The capital city of Upper Nile State, Malakal, had been destroyed by rebels, leaving airport facilities damaged, town and many lives lying everywhere on the streets. Speaking to SSTV, the commissioner of Malakal, Dr. Wow Agodi, called on South Sudanese to embrace a spirit of unity and be comforted in such a hard situation.
الآن المشكلة اللي حصل ده يعني ما حصل في جنوب السودان والعالم زاد واجد المواطنين ماتوا كلهم
While Father Angelo Majak said it is a high time for South Sudanese to welcome a spirit of forgiveness and reconciliation and forget the past. He appeals to South Sudanese to live in peace, unity and harmony for effective building of our nation, describing the event as inhuman.
ده رسالة بالنسبة لنا إن ربنا بيكلمنا إنه لازم شنو غير الوضع بتاعنا إنه قاعدين في الدنيا لازم نغيره ما المفروض إننا نشتغل بنفس الصورة ده إنه ده قبيلة بتاعي وده قبيلة بتاعي وده كلام ما ممكن شو بقدمنا خالص زين كده بنقول إنه معلش الناس الماتوا وقتلوا أخوي والأخوة قتلوا لأن نقول معلش نبدأ صفحة جديد لأنه ما ممكن نرجع ذول تاني لكن بنحاول نزيد شنو الموت كمان لو كان شنو نحن بنقول إنه كلنا ستة بدل أختي ولا بدل أخوي نحن بنزيد موت وبنقول معلش.
These are some of the properties and luggages of the citizens of the Republic of South Sudan, which are being destroyed by the rebel groups loyal to Dr. Riek Machar in Malakal International Airport. They left nothing. So many properties, so many things were destroyed, and citizens are asking where will they go? Where will they go? Nevertheless, the government of the Republic of South Sudan is working hard to see that there is peace, there is unity, there is stability in the Republic of South Sudan. Ray Anthony reporting from International Airport of Malakal.
Civilians have started returning to Bor after the army defeated and chased away militants loyal to renegade Riek Machar 10. Some of the civilians returned through the river back to the state capital Bor using motorboats on Saturday and Sunday. Local authorities are appealing to other civilians who fled the area to return as security improves. Editor Stephen has more on the story.
The Secretary General of Jonglei State Government, Professor Marop Deng, said the return to the state is in response to the Republican Order No. 5, 2014, issued to the three states governors of Unity, Upper Nile, and Jonglei to immediately report to their respective states. Professor Marop pointed out that 4 county commissioners of Bor, Twitch East, Duke, and Pachola are already in their counties. He called on the state civil servants who have not yet reported to their places of work to immediately resume their duties.
The first batch of the government, particularly the essential units, came yesterday on the first flight. Some of them came by road, but the first flight came yesterday and brought in about 14 essential workers. Today, the first batch of executive and legislatures of Jonglei State government has come in, starting by commissioners of the counties that were in Juba, the 3 counties of Bor, Trichis, and Duk, and Fuchala. The other 2 commissioners will be heading to their destination using other means or other routes, that is PG and people. Also, leaders of assembly from the greater Bor counties and others came in today. This is in preparation to reception of civil population that are trekking in back into the state capital Bor. They need to find leadership in place. Following the order of election of the President of the Republic, the government of Jonglei State has responded swiftly by sending teams. So today we'll be having about 4 to 6 planes coming in with leaders and some logistics and some routes, river line.
While Bor County Commissioner Dr. Agok Alier Lek told journalists that his administration is exerting efforts to improve working conditions in the county following devastation of the area by the rebels. He thanked the SPLA gallant forces and other regular forces for their commendable role played in flushing out the rebels loyal to Riek Machar from Bor town.
And we hope that what has happened the other time will not happen again here in Bor, I'm sure. Our army is there, our population are there to protect and defend their own government, their own constitution and their own land. And there's nowhere will give room actually to criminals to repeat again what they have done the other time. It is unfortunate that it is the same man, the same person, okay, that has repeated this thing again in Bor area, devastated the area, destroyed everything, the infrastructure, killed the population. I do believe here in Bor, in coming few days, if you are to look for an old man or an old woman or a mad person or a disabled, here in Bor you will not be able actually to get these people in Bor here. These are the people actually that have been massacred by these criminals here. We would like to assure our population that the blood of these people will not just go like that. I'm sure while we are here.
The chairperson of Relief and Rehabilitation Commission in the state, Gabriel Deng Ajak, reaffirmed his commission's readiness to support the returnees who have gone back to the state.
Yeah, we are ready as a government. It's a matter of putting the document. We are ready as a government to respond with the relief assistance as directed by the President. It's a matter of putting the document together of how much is needed and what is needed and being presented to the authority for approval, and then we'll respond to based on the needs assessed. So we are here to make sure that we deliver the need assessment in 7 days, and then from there we will be able to know what are the material that we will deliver to the citizen.
He urged humanitarian agencies to render a helping hand to the victims of the recent violence in the area. Edith Stephen, SSTV News, Juba.
Still in Jonglei State, the state government is planning to collect and keep the remnants of the civilians killed by Riek Machar rebels in Bor. According to the mayor of Jonglei State capital, Nial Majak Nial, the government will establish a mausoleum expected to be named after the civilians of Bor massacre, where the remnants of the civilians killed during Riek Machar's second rebellion will be kept for remembrance. About 2,500 bodies are still scattered inside Bor, awaiting burial.
So is there anybody who's going to represent me? Can be buried in a mass grave, and this place will be actually made as a mausoleum, and it will act as a remembrance for this serious crime against humanity that has repeatedly been committed by the same person in town of Bor or in the areas of Bor. People here in this town are grieved with surprised of how many people, how brutally people were executed in the town. But we are ready to rebuild this town from the rubble of its ashes, and we are also ready to build the confidence in the people. And it has got to do with a lot of soul building for the people who come back to this town. I ask on all the people who come to this town to be able to come to terms with the great losses of human life and property that God's give, God's takes. But what it takes here, it means you have to actually convince yourself that you need to get a new beginning. So we're calling upon all the residents of Bor, those people who come here, to be able to come back to their normal life and be able to live with all the other communities in this town, because this community, this town belongs to all of us. Though how much crime that has been committed here, we do believe very well we can have a new beginning. A new beginning is very important for us to rebuild this town. So this meeting will pave a way on when from today we're starting to locate the place where we will have the mausoleum for the burial of these people, and also the procedure will be documented. So we intend to document the area where the people are collected, possible identification or no identification if the victims are not identified. We'll have a GPS recording of the place where the people are collected, the remains of these people, and then we go from there. So my last message for the people, I'm calling upon our government and the people of the Republic of South Sudan in general, and our partners in development and the humanitarian agencies to immediately provide immediate support for the people of Bor town. In this town, the town has been looted and ransacked. There is nothing in this town. And I am appealing to all the health organizations to provide medical support for the returning population of Bor town.
Juba City Mayor Christopher Wani, accompanied by his deputy, visited Jebel Market in Juba to see the conditions of business persons there after the 15 December failed coup attempt in Juba. While at the site, the mayor held a series of meetings with members of Chamber of Commerce to tackle challenges facing the business industry in the town. Eddie Stephen reports.
Juba City Mayor Christopher Sarafino Wani accompanied by his deputy, visited Jebel Market in Juba to see for himself the condition of business persons there after the 15th December failed coup attempt in Juba. While at the site, Mayor Christopher held a meeting with members of Chamber of Commerce on problems facing traders and the way forward to improve service delivery to the citizens. In a statement, Mayor Christopher described the general condition as calm and reassured that Juba City Council will support the Chamber of Commerce to remedy challenges the Chamber is going through.
والليله احنا جينا السوق لقينا السوق هادي شديد، لكن احنا برضه جينا عشان نكون مع التجار، مع غرفه تجاريه في السوق، عشان احنا نقدر نقول لهم انه احنا معهم، احنا واقفين معهم ونجي في الميدان ونفقد الاقوال بتاعهم ونأكد لهم ثاني انه من هنا لقدام احنا هنكون معهم واحنا جاهزين نسمع المشاكل بتاعهم كله، واي حاجه بتاعهم احنا بنقعد نقيف معهم عشان السوق حاجه مهم جدا. السوق اذا مستقر ده بتدي استقرار في المدينه، بتدي استقرار في البلد، لكن اذا السوق بقى ما مستقر ده بداخل الخوف المواطن، ما بيكون في سلع، بيكون في نقص في حاجات كتير، والمواطن بيكون خايف، بيكون في مشاكل كتير في البلد. لكن الحمد لله انتوا لما شفتوا وتجار اتكلموا وقالوا انه السوق كويس، واحنا بنشجع اي زول كان خاف واي زول كان جرح انه خايف انه ممكن يجي يسرقوه ولا ممكن السوق فيها مشاكل ولا جنوب السودان فيها مشاكل ولا جوا فيها مشكله، الناس يجوا بنشجعهم ان هم يجوا ويعمل الاعمال بتاعهم زي كل يوم، البيزنس بتاعهم يكون عادي، وان شاء الله اي حاجه كويس واي حاجه هو ماشي كويس وتكون احسن بكثير ونرجع زي ما كانت في الأول.
The chairperson of Chamber of Commerce in Juba City Council, Marcelo Swaka, appreciated the SPLA and other organized forces in protecting lives and property of the business communities in the country.
وبالتالي بتأثر بالتنمية. فنحن في زيارتنا في السوق ونحن فقدنا على السوق وأثبتنا وزورنا حتى بعد الدكاكين كان أصلا عدده 29 دكان تم كسره، وخاصة الزيارة اللي جالي حادث الأخير أقدر فيه تاجر عبد الله جمعة في دكانه، فرتبنا والحمد لله العمدة وقف معانا كل القوى الأمنية حتى في الاجتماع بتاع امبارح حسب المعلومة وقف معانا، ونحن بننظر إلى إنه فعلا الحكومة واقفة، وبالتالي جينا عشان نطمن التجار بتاعتنا ونطمن كل الناس إنه الحكومة واقف، وإن شاء الله الأوضاع الأمنية ده حتعود شيئا فشيئا وبيشمل السوق وكل الأسواق، وبالتالي بيضعف في الضمير بتاع المواطن الاطمئنان. نتمنى كله خير وإن شاء الله البلد تاني ما تنجر للتجربة الشيطانية الحسنة.
He called on traders not to panic and remain calm, assuring them of government commitment to provide security to all. Edir Stephen, SSTV News, Juba.
The commissioners of Morobo and Yei counties have described security situation in the areas as stable, rejecting rumors of fears. Speaking to journalists in their respective counties, the commissioners say the areas are peaceful and that the locals are going about their daily activities.
Everybody was happy when we had it. Everybody was happy because this is all what we wanted. The unnecessary killing of our own people is not very good. To not lead this country anywhere. We need to work together to make sure we develop this country. We build this country as a united country. So this cessation of hostility is really welcomed in Morobo, and even myself, I slept that night without even waking up because I knew everything is okay now. And my people can go to sleep without hearing that their brothers and sisters in other parts of South Sudan are being killed just for this for a senseless war that should have not even happened. So we welcome it with open hand, and also we are very cautious that people should respect it. Now that it is signed, signing is easy, but really respecting, of course, the agreements that are put in place, the safeguards that are put in place must be respected so that our people build confidence, and even the negotiations, people will be confident that we are negotiating with the partners who respect an agreement that is signed mutually. So my encouragement to the people of South Sudan is let's bear in mind that this should be respected so that at least a fruitful end is witnessed by all South Sudanese who are really peace-loving people.
Yei River County, I still confirm to the whole nation that remains among the most peaceful towns of South Sudan, despite the fact that on the 4th of January, we had a team that defected from Yei, led by the Brigadier General, who was heading Division 7, who was heading Brigade 7 here in Yei River County. After that incident, yes, we had a bit of disaster because a few days later we lost the Brigadier General who was deployed to Yei River County as head of Division 7, head of Brigade 7. And that is a Brigadier General Akon Maraj, who unfortunately was killed on an ambush on Yei Juba Road. I can confirm again that after the subsequent engagements of the forces and the rebel groups on this road, yes, the road has become peaceful and traffic has gained normality. Yei River County today, businesses have been restored, livelihood has come to normal. So we really advocate strongly for this same spirit of peacefulness that we have felt, and it has been planted, germinated, and grew here in Yei, should be replicated all over South Sudan. I have never seen a problem, particularly what the country is going through today. They are trying to associate the problem as a tribal issue. But as a nation and as a government, we are saying this is an attempt failed coup. But due to misunderstanding by individuals from either two of these communities, because they have championed this exercise, it has always been misconceived as a tribal issue. But we have echoed it over and again over our radios here, in the churches, in our community meetings, that this is not a tribal issue between Dinka and Nuer, but this is a national catastrophe, and all of us as citizens of South Sudan, including our partners, we come together. And so, for them to continue to enhance and restore the peace, or keep the peace and sustain it, we must accept one another in our diversity. The culture of acceptance must be highly promoted among us as people who live here in Yei. Today, the 64 tribes of South Sudan are in Yei. And we have 13 other foreign communities live with us in Yei. So you can see that there is a national and regional representation in Yei River County. Therefore, whoever tries to bring up a spirit of conflict or a social disintegration, then is looked at as an odd man out. Which in Yei, if you begin to fight another tribe, everybody asks, where are you from? And that to me is why Yei speaks for itself, and many people have come into Yei, and we are grateful that with the coming of many people into Yei, the demand for supply increases, and we have also raised a concern to the government that this has got a budgetary implication in terms of service delivery. And therefore, Yei be accorded a kind of a special consideration in terms of its budget and other support or grants that come from the government.
Away from politics to development, renovation for Kaya Yei Road has started with the Rhino Star Construction Company implementing